My parents were always driven by money. When I left for college, they told me not to bother calling them anymore. When I came back for winter break, they barely acknowledged me and didn't give me anything for the holidays. By the time the academic year ended, I tried calling them, only to hear that the number was no longer in service. I was terrified. Eventually, I contacted my grandfather. He told me that my parents had moved to another city and had changed their contact information. He said he wasn't allowed to give it to me until I graduated. Then he abruptly hung up. I was left completely alone. No support, no place to stay. I had to sell nearly everything I owned and spent several weeks sleeping in shelters and on friends' couches. I survived by living off less than 15% of my part-time income, saving every possible penny. It took over 2 decades of hardship and relentless effort, but eventually I became an executive director at a growing tech firm. Just last month, I ran into my mother in a shopping district. I stayed calm and emotionless. She asked me to join them for dinner. I accepted, partly for closure. At dinner, my father told me that they chose to cut ties because I had pursued my passion for programming instead of going into finance like he wanted. I told him that passion had made me a multimillionaire. Then, without hesitation, they asked me for $1.7 million, claiming they deserved it for raising me into the man I became.